Hello there, world. Well, since I kind of promised another video, may as well, real quick, do a quickie fixer-upper video for our green dragon friend. If you'll recall, we had some big time issues with him. In the last video, I showed you that he didn't exactly stand on his own two. Oh, there we go. Alright, so I went ahead and opened that bag of attack wing bases, which is pretty interesting. I've never played attack wings, so I'm not 100% sure how all that works, but I'm sure I'll find a use for them. If anything, they'll save you the hassle of having people grab the mini, maybe. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping those bases will serve that function. Anyway, this is our green dragon friend. You'll remember him. And yeah, the problem is that base. It's all about that base. About that base. It's too skinny. Can we read that? Would it be possible? Well, anyway, it says green dragon. And you can already see the problem here, right? I busted the glue bonds on this. I had it glued together. Hey, look at that. So, the point of this exercise is that this original base does not cut the mustard. Not even a little bit. Okay? Just not going to deal with it. So, I grabbed one of these, and I grabbed one of these, and I went like this. I found a little, there we go, slid right in. And I take this bad boy, tab A, slot B, and it might need a little super glue, but boom, we're in. And now I can toss my mini down. It's really not a problem. I don't have to worry about it falling over because it's top heavy. Okay, so there we go. And we can do this for a couple more dragons if the need presents itself. Or if I find something I want to make fly. Now these for larger creatures. And also I noticed they have these bases here which hook into these. And I'm guessing these are for display purposes, for battlefield purposes. So you could say take a large creature. Hold that thought. There you go. Slide it in there like that. And now I've got a big old base for my mini for display purposes or to make it less wobbly. Not 100% sure why this would be useful, but I see how it works. Alright. But in this case, it's rather useful. Here, let's do another one. Let's do a medium. Hold that thought. This is a repainted Mage Knight Mini. Repainted Mage Knight Mini. We're going to slide the Mini in this little contraption here. And okay, so it's designed for whiz kids. So disregard, that base won't work. That's a Warhammer base. Find something with a smaller base. Alright, this is a Reaper Bones model. I use those, they're poker chips. But they work as bases. You can get them on Amazon. And that worked perfectly. So there you go, guys. Another advantage. If you're using these stands, you can... Now, this hooks in right like that. And now my gal is on the little special, display base. Okay, so she's off the table. She's kind of suspended in the air, isn't she? So if you can find a use for this, they're $4, and that's on GameCastle.com. And I don't know what you'd use it for. I know what I bought it for, right here. And for other flying models, or if I want to sculpt, here. I'll show you. I sculpt models from clay, and I used this. This is the just had it right. Did I take it over there? No. All right. Anyway, where did I set that puppy? I sculpted them from clay, and I had to buy some bases with my Kickstarter, Reaper Bones 4, and so I used, initially I'll show you what I used. Well, I'll have to hunt that up. It's been in other videos I've done. It's a pixie. Anyway. Oh, there it is. Found it. Alright. So initially I was using this base. Now this is from a British company. It's 2-letter P something 4. I don't know. I can't remember. I bought some orcs and dwarves from them. The dwarves are pretty cool. The orcs were a little smallish, but the dwarves, I got no complaints. A lot of flashing to clean up, but the models were like 40 cents each, so it's cool. Anyway, I got some of these bases with it. And okay, so I sculpted this pixie with clay and wire. Okay? And it's not as hard as it sounds. And I'm not saying it's the best sculpt ever, but it sure as hell looks like a pixie. And anyway, I made that for a PC player, and they had to move away and not play, so it just sits here. It's kind of my mascot. Anyway, so this would be, say I wanted to sculpt a large flying creature, okay? Well, this base wouldn't work. Okay, that base ain't going to cut it. So I need a bigger base. Well, guess what? Now I've got it. Because these have an option of either putting in this little base deal, see that, the base deal, or I can pull that out, I can take, and I can go like this. Boom. Now it's a flying base, just like I did with that dragon. So these are multi-purpose, okay? And I can take, and actually if I wanted to, I can put this dragon in here on this very big base. I felt so inclined. Okay. And of course you might have to cut some holes, guys. You have to reconfigure some stuff to make it work. Hold on. Let's see what we're doing wrong here. The angle of the dangle. That sounded good. Anyway, the other one fit fine, so what we've done is we got too big of a peg. We'd have to bore out the hole. Not a hard thing to do, but not something I need to do because this model isn't large. But if I had a large dragon, I could very easily make that work. But as it is, we got this. This works fine. Whoa, whoa. Now I could live with this being a little taller, but it is suspended off the ground. So we've got to win, folks. We've got to win. And we'll take all the wins we can get. So for $4, we got display pieces, and we've got... Now, I didn't pay that much for these flying bases, but again, this is for if I want large creatures that fly. Because I don't think... I'd have to get large bases with a little hole in the center to make these work. And this is all already there for you. You have to put a hole in it either way. Now, when I sculpted this mini, I sculpted it with using this as my basis. And I believe there used to be a peg in this. I could be wrong though. I believe there was a peg and it was glued in. Anyway, so when I sculpted it, if you look, this was the basis for the actual model while I was sculpting. So I had that hole perfectly sculpted from the word Jump Street. So it was all part of the design. Okay, it wasn't an afterthought. However, then I got this on the Reaper Bones 4, put that on there, and boom, we've got a much more streamlined look, and it's invisible. This is pretty. This look, they were great while I, didn't have something better, but now I have something better. These would be great if I get like some cheap fish or something, or some sort of, a bunch of cloakers or something, piercers, something like that I can put on this base. I don't feel bad about it because, it's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Yep. But anyway, you get the idea, guys. These are the D&D Attack Wing base set. They were $20 originally. That's MSRP. I paid $4 even. GameCastleWithAK.com. All right. Have a great day. I hope you find all the miniatures of your dreams, and I hope you do it while you're awake. And now I'm going to go slay this giant furry creature that's attacking my elven city.